Hello and welcome. Today I bring you a guide on how to kill England as an Irish one province miner. At the time of this recording I'm doing a campaign on Twitch playing at very hard difficulty, trying to unlock the Luck of the Irish achievement. Several viewers said that they've tried this achievement lots of times and were never able to unlock it. And basically, while playing at very hard difficulty, I realized that the strategy that I used is not really needed for normal difficulty. So, probably for the first time, I realized that I couldn't tell them to, hey, go watch the videos of this stream or YouTube or that YouTube campaign. They will help you to England and achieve the objective, which is to unlock the Luck of the Irish achievement. So here I am doing a video on normal difficulty where the strategy is different. The AI force limits are more reasonable, so we're less dependent on luck. Now to the actual commentary. Basically, we've recruited a few mercenaries, like 3 or 4 mercenaries. Probably only 3 because we're playing at normal difficulty. We have to conquer these Irish miners as soon as possible. I started by prioritizing the military tech. It's gonna be very important to grab military tech 4 as quickly as possible. Leinster is allied with Tyrone, and Tyrone is allied with England. So this alliance is very helpful because it's gonna allow us to kill Tyrone. It's gonna let us kill Tyrone. Another thing, whenever we play as a one province miner near a very big nation, that nation usually tends to warn us and prevent us from going to war with any bordering them. So, with that in mind, we have to advance as quickly as possible, declare wars to soon as possible, everyone bordering them, without annexing anyone until we've declared the last war, if that makes any sense, because that way England won't have the time to warn us. At the very beginning I contemplated if I should increase my loan size by developing a bit, but then I realized that I needed to use some military points for that, and that would delay Tech 4, so I decided against it, which means I'm gonna end with a little bit more of inflation. But that's not a big deal. The reason why I'm using this advisor is because I want to speed up the claims quickly as possible, because time is very important here, because the faster we kill the dudes in Ireland, sooner we can go kill England before it grabs Tech 4. Of course, I'm using the ships to blockade to try to speed up that siege. Claim against Kildare is almost ready. I'm also fabricating on Leinster because, like I said, Leinster is gonna let me kill Tyrone, Tyrone is allied with England, and we can only go to war with them if they honor a call to peace, a call to arms by from an ally. England at this point is too strong for us. There we go. We have our claim on Leinster, or soon we'll have it. Go. Time to go beat them up. Actually, not yet. We need to go beat up Alt. Kill there first. Because we wanna catch Tyrone by surprise. Since we cannot end any wars, cannot annex any dude bordering England for the time being. This war is gonna last a while. So I've recruited lots of mercenaries, because as a one province country, it takes forever to recruit regulars. So, but at this point, within the wars, I'm recruiting regulars to replace the losses and replace the mercenaries. You've seen me taking some loans and repaying some other loans because that's needed. You need to keep the amount of loans as low as possible. So with an annexation, our loan size increases, which means we can take one loan to more or less repay two of the old ones. Pay more or less two. So I'm waiting for the claims. I wait for the claims and more troops. Actually, I'm waiting for troops, not claims. Troops are ready, which means time to go kill Tyrone and Lancer. But again, we can't annex any of them until the last moment, because we still wanna go kill Ulster. Don't wanna waste any diplomat time, but I'm sitting here at full maintenance. But I have to do it, because I need a diplomat to declare war. I didn't make Tyrone a co-belligerent because that would bring England to this. Over here I was a bit lucky because I've actually managed to win. I think I probably rolled better, but I'm not sure. Anyway, in retrospective, it probably would have been better to go after the troops from Tyrone first, but it ended up working at the end, so it's fine. But it was very risky. We would have achieved the wipe if we went after the troops from Tyrone. We would be treated as the defender. The problem is that probably wouldn't grab military access from Sligo. So we probably could only do it after declaring war on them, so we just a few more months of wait. Not a huge deal, which wouldn't be a huge deal. Usually say better safe than sorry, so kind of went against that motto. Okay, we have this claim. The claim, let's go wipe out Sligo before they recruit more troops. Time to teach some stuff while we wait for the claim, for the actually, I guess I'm misremembering this. Yeah, we'll end up at war with 4 dudes. Now it's time to siege. England is at war with France, that's why you're seeing those French in pale. So the priority here goes to siege down Tyrone. should go after Tyrone in an attempt to kill Ulster sooner, but the claim is still very far from completion, so that's probably why I put the boats sieging, blockading Connacht, Clinkade instead. As usual, kill as many dudes as fast as possible, and as fast as possible. Grow as fast as possible. I'm trying to grab an alliance with Scotland. That's gonna be hugely important for this to work. At normal difficulty, it's much easier to grab alliances. But of course, that's also a bit luck dependent. Because if Scotland goes hostile on us, well, strategy won't work. But at normal difficulty, it might require a few restarts. But like I said, at normal difficulty, it's easier to grab alliances. Usual, try to do the grab points from the estates. Nothing new there. I'm gonna actually give lots of troops to lots of provinces to the clergy. Tyrone is about to fall. We have enough points to claim Ulster. Seems like the dummies in Ulster just declared war on the English ally because probably England dishonored the call to arms or something. Or England. So much war exhaustion that they've dishonored the call to arms. Over here I made another mistake. I should have planned everything to only annex Tyrone. To annex Tyrone and then next day be able to attack Ulster. It took a little bit more of time, and that might be enough for England to actually warn us and screw everything up. So the wars in Ireland are coming to an end. Very close to grabbing and we're very close to grabbing an alliance with Scotland. We're very close to grabbing Tech 4 too, which is great and gonna allow us, gonna let us kill England, because they still have the very bad ruler, 000 dude. So they're gonna take forever and 1 day to reach Tech 4. I was worried with the aggressive expansion. I was generating lots of aggressive expansion, so kind of worried someone might join a coalition. As long as just 1 or 2 dudes with too much aggressive expansion above 50, we don't have to worry about it, but they're gonna generate lots and lots of aggressive expansion. Take provinces from England, that's for sure, but that's still gonna require some time. I'm checking for the amount of ships that the British have. It's always good to know that. If our navy could stand a chance against them as a just-in-case measure. Hardly. The English boats are English Royal Navy is too strong. These peace treaties kept us afloat, and they're gonna enable us to, well, not go bankrupt. Grab the Diplo Rep advisor to grab a royal marriage with Scotland, which is gonna be enough for grab an alliance, to secure an alliance, even with all the aggressive expansion. I've also been improving relations with them. So that helps a lot. Helped a lot, I mean. As usual, we need to milk as much as possible, have as many benefits from the states as possible. I like to keep, as small countries, well, I like to keep them all happy, but as small countries I think it's vital that we keep the clergy and the burghers happy, even if sometimes the nobility has to be just with us, unless of course gave everything to the nobility and we desperately need the force limits to survive. So it really depends on who controls most of the provinces. This playthrough I decided to give almost everything to the clergy to grab money, so as you will see soon. England is still at war with the French. And we have tech 4. They don't. One English killing part is about to start. At very hard difficulty, this is very luck based. I don't think this strategy works very hard because the difference in force limits is simply insane, so I probably would go bankrupt trying to beat the English. Okay, let's grab the alliance before something changes. Yes, that's a mistake. We don't want to core that province, we want to give it to a vassal. I think I'm gonna reconsider. I must reconsider. It's gonna cost me some points though. So preparing to go beat up the English. I need more troops just to be on the safe side. Scotland has some claims too, so I wanna grab the Scottish claims before they're able to take it. There we go. I've released Ulster again because I want to secure that part, the crossing between Scotland and Ireland, because Portugal is gonna attempt to, because England is allied with Portugal, so Portugal is gonna attempt some landings, and I must at all costs always be able to cross between Scotland and Ireland, because my navy sucks. If Portugal makes a successful landing and occupies Ulster, I won't be able to cross, and I would lose. And as sure as and surely Portugal did exactly that. They're invading. The AI is so invasion happy. So having a fort in Ulster will give us more time to deal with the threat. Like we'll manage to get to that province before the Portuguese land. And unfortunately we are gonna lose a mercenary there. And a wipe. Let's go back to try to support the Scottish stack sieging the fort. I've enabled attach button in Scottish attached to my stack, Scottish and my vassal if it ever loses troops. Time to build a spy network to try to speed up the sieges. Usual stuff. Portugal is bringing yet even more troops. This makes that stack in Scottish stack very vulnerable, and yeah. But what could I do? I couldn't let the Portuguese siege my country. So time to try to attempt that fort, and hopefully this time around the Scottish will actually attach to my army. This is a problem of trying this at very hard difficulty. If Scotland attached, we could stand a little bit of chance of actually making this, doing this at very hard difficulty. Scottish being useful, great. Over here we have a bit of luck. We managed to wipe the Portuguese before the main armies from England arrive. This made perfectly clear that I needed more troops, because the Scottish are derping hard as usual. Not about the Scottish, but about the AI that's always derping. Far so good. Managed to take the war goal. We've killed most of the Portuguese armies, so they'll give us a break for at least for a while until they rebuild more. Now it's just us and the English. I'm very much above the force limit, which is costing me loads and loads of money. That's another thing why this is very difficult to pull off at very hard Another reason why this is very difficult. As it stands, I'm almost will go bankrupt if it takes too long. Very hard. I would have to be even more above the force limit, which would be unbearable. But with enough luck, everything is possible in this game. Portuguese are back for more. Time around they'll be slaughtered. To slaughter the English, just in case they grab Tech 4, you need to kill their armies as soon as possible before they... because they might grab Tech 4, so they'll be a big threat. The reason why Tech 4 is so important is because it gives us a 0.5 morale boost to the armies and 0.25 tactics. We'll have at least 0.5 morale advantage and 0.25 tactics advantage. That's very strong. Stage of the game. Guess I got a bit carried away by going after London. We can't do that. We can't do that. The English stock is still strong. Scotland still doesn't have Tech 4. So we need to support the Scottish stock. At this point we should be improving relations with everyone around us. Basically I'm not doing that, which is a mistake. But since we need to speed this up, on the other hand, it's gonna be very helpful what I'm doing with regard to Ulster. Having relations with him means we'll be able to annex him when the time comes. Finally, that dreadful ruler died, I think. English attempting to carpet siege, let's not let them do that. And like I said, we need to kill their armies, so I'm sending both stocks to wipe that army. Being too annoying, and it's like a sword hanging over our heads. The English for some reason managed to grab Tech 4. We'll be in a whirl of trouble. Waiting for them to movement locked, so that will be the defender, and time for the English to die. Boom. Now we can safely go after London. At least until the English recruit more mercenaries and the Portuguese send more troops. It looks like Portugal is tired of the war because their fleet is blockading instead of going back to grab more ships, or regiments, I mean. Some rebels in Ireland, not a big deal. Deal with them. The Scottish have attached to our armies, so it makes it easier for us. We're about to... not really. I was gonna say we're about to go bankrupt, but not really. We're at low maintenance, at low stability, that's why that happened. But I was worried enough to defend a mercenary. Sorry, a regiment, not a mercenary. Otherwise, I'm consolidating the troops now. The biggest problems are biggest threats dealt with. English won't recover from these. So no point being so above the force limit. They only have port in London, so we now can carpet seek them. I'm constantly clearing the war exhaustion because I don't want to be, don't want to have to deal with lots of rebels. I just gave the forts, level 2 forts, to my vassal so that the vassal will pay for them instead of me. I'm gonna be the vassal that pays for the forts. Very useful. We have a walls breach in London, which is great. I'm thinking ahead just in case I'm not able to take more loans after I peace out in England. It's good to have a cash reserve to avoid bankruptcy. It's a just-in-case measure, nothing more, nothing less. Or if I get hit by an event that forfeits stability, stuff like that. We need to release the unoccupy these provinces, or else we can risk going bankrupt. Some rebel spawn some rebel spawns in England. Their army, and they're gonna be generally very annoying. I was still confident that attack in London could deal with the rebels, but I was wrong. They have the same tactics as us. Quite the English not having Tech 4, I don't know why, but that's how it went. That's what happened. The rebels are fighting as if they had Tech 4. So they completely murdered the Scottish and my 3 regiments. Still attempting to grab that siege. It's important that we grab it. Very important. Managed to win this fight. Very lucky there. Portuguese are back for more. Luckily, London fell, so we can go deal with the Trent. Point to peace out with the English. The thing is, the provinces that I wanted to take, I would have a pretty big coalition on my hands, and I can't deal with that at this point. So I decided to improve relations for a little bit for piecing out. And I gave 1 province to Scotland because I need them as an ally for till I'm strong enough to go kill them. I want them turning hostile on me, because I cannot afford it. If I didn't give them anything, they would cancel the alliance. So allied, that's at least makes it less likely that we'll have problems with them. Okay, time to give stuff to the clergy to reduce the unrest. We'll make some more states. all to the clergy. They give us more money, and clergy gives us more money and reduces the unrest when they're happy. English are ferrying troops from probably Calais, I think. But this is gonna end soonish. Yes, the moment I don't see friends in the coalition, I'm gonna peace out. I was worried the pretenders might take London, and that would be a very big blow to our aspirations, war score, or our war score. But with plus 42 opinion, the French must be very near leaving the coalition. I mean, they won't be in the coalition range of opinion. Their opinion will be above 0. So, despite having a shit ton of aggressive expansion towards us, so I'm gonna check again if they can piss them out. I was contemplating taking more loans, or maybe debasing the currency, but that makes more sense once we peace out with the English. We'll have more development, so our loan size will increase. So each time we press the debase currency thingy, we gain more money. Final deal. Be able to take as much money, or something changed there. So I think I'm gonna hit the debase currency at least once. Get rid of loans. This lets us take more loans, and with the bigger loans we can repay the smaller ones, which is gonna let us take more loans. It's a problem with the game. Where the game only counts the amount of loans that we currently have and are currently allowed to have, instead of the amount of money owed. So now our economy is in tatters, the English are also in poor shape. It's time to get rid of all the war exhaustion, of all the overextension. We have to get rid of all the unrest, or else we will explode to rebels. We don't have admins, so we cannot core it. So with that in mind, we transfer all the provinces to our little vassal for them to core. And the hope here is that by doing this, we can avoid rebellions on our side. Time for the light ships to go back trade again. I've been able to divert trade from the vassal to try to grab a little bit more of money. So we need to give more provinces to the clergy, because the clergy will take the clergy will remove the penalty, local autonomy penalty on the base tax, so we get to keep all the tax from the land whenever we give it to the clergy, and with a boost. Not only that, but it's gonna be boosted too. So this will slowly but steadily allow us to pay the loans. We're gonna have to deal with rebellion in our little vassal. Well, they're not as little, not any longer. So yeah, basically we're going to low maintenance for as much time as possible to repay the loans. We have a 15 years truce with the English. We need to be in good shape when the truce ends. That's what we are going to do. Also need to improve relations with everyone around us to prevent a coalition from forming. After killing England, it's going to be a walk in the park to grab the rest of the provinces needed for the luck of the Irish achievement. So we have no manpower, we have no money, and we have no army, just a couple of regiments, a couple thousand men, and the vassal will soon have a rebellion. If we don't deal with it quickly, it's instant collapse for them. So all our efforts was in vain. Luckily for us, we can still take some loans. So I'm going to keep an eye on the progression, on their rebel progression, and when it reaches say, around 70%, I'm going to recruit enough mercenaries to deal with the threat. It's too risky to actually wait for 70%, so 60 will do. So there we go, we have 7,000 troops, 8,000 actually. Probably gonna recruit another one, I can't remember exactly, can't be exactly sure, but I think I'm gonna recruit another one because that's still risky. They're gonna spawn like in 4 stacks because the force limit from Ulster is low, is small. So no stack can spawn bigger than the force limit. Usually that happens, not always, but most of the time it does. So I'm making all those provinces of vital, marking them as vital interest so that the vassal fabricate claims. Gonna need them for the next war, or we might need them for the next war, hopefully. Plan was didn't need them for the next war, but just in case measure, I decided to do that. So eagerly awaiting the rebels so that I could disband the mercenaries and go to low maintenance. Since we had 1,000 men in the pool, I decided to recruit a regular troop. There we go, instead of 4 we had stacks. To murder them quickly, because that's costing me money. Lots of it. You got full maintenance, so many mercenaries. Okay, time to heal. Bring relations with everyone pissed around us. Besides England, Ireland has no, and besides England and Scotland, Ireland has no other enemies. So if we manage to neutralize them both, in a way, whichever way, we are safe. I'm boosting the legitimacy to reduce the unrest. We really need it. We can't afford to fight. Can't afford another rebellion. Literally, we cannot afford it. And we cannot afford to give an extra 15% liberty declared to the vassal. So basically from this point on is speed 5 until the next war with the English. I have to try to suppress the rebellion over there, the unrest. Worked because we were in December. Every year the nationalism fades. Nationalism unrest fades by 0.5 unrest. That was enough to deal with that crisis. And we can repay another loan. That's the story until the next war. If you wanna fast forward, probably that's a good idea. Till the next war with England, I'm gonna annex Ulster. Starting, I believe, starting now. In May, I think. Yep, 14th of May. There's no way I could. I went bankrupt. I would lose Scotland as an ally. They would probably rival me, and I would probably die, sandwiched between England and Scotland. Of course, good to keep in mind that Scotland is allied with France. Checking the unrest. And Ulster annexation is at 17% already. That's very tempting, but don't have the money. Start taking more loans instead of repaying them. I won't be in good shape when the time comes to face England, I think. So let's grab a little bit more, decided to grab a little bit more of legitimacy instead. And of course I'm gonna boost it again, I think. Unless I really need the points to pick up in military. Don't remember. That's the case. Tech cost minus 10%. Great event there. Go. Keep in mind that I'm annexing Ulster, and legitimacy is important for the diplomatic reputation. So the higher the diplo reputation, the higher the legitimacy. Faster we'll annex vassals. Ulster is also very quick, can also be very quickly annexed because they have the same religion as us, and they have our culture, belong to our primary culture, so we can annex them faster. So another loan paid. I don't wanna increase. I don't wanna pay the loans with the basic currency because that's gonna make Annexation of Ulster more expensive, will make everything more expensive. And power pool is recovering, so it's gonna be cheap, relatively cheap to recruit an army. You have enough men in the pool. And it's recovering nicely. Ulster is having issues with rebels, which made them recruit an army, and of course with some regiments, relative power, their relative power to us increased, which forced me to disable the divert trade. Just lost the air. I'm doing everything that I can to save money. Still have 15 loans. Also try to call the admin to get rid of the inflation, because that lets us save a little bit of money. England is now at war with France again, I think. Was so freaking good. Gonna keep them busy. Make them expend money. Make them weaker. I didn't realize it, but for some reason my fleet stopped protecting trade. And I only realized it was like, what the hell happened that I lost so much income? Was it the vassal? Or was it the trade? Moving the divert, able to divert trade. Then I realized that for some reason the fleet had stopped working. Be a misclick. I'm gonna actually lose 1 point of stability. I cannot afford any problems with clergy. It would be, in the long run or in the short term, well, I think it was the right decision. No doubt about it, and you'll realize why soon enough. Because, yet again, I'm gonna give all the provinces clergy. At least most of them. After Ulster is the next. He's gonna grab it all. So if I didn't take the stability hit, I would be forced to remove provinces from them, or else they would lose power. Okay. Fuller died again. Time it was actually appreciated because the queen is rather good. The war with England is fast approaching. Second war. And I now realized that the fleet was doing nothing. Time to demand more stuff from the estate. I guess we won't grab points, military points, time around. More important the money that the clergy gives me than the military points when we have so many in the pool. Get rid of more inflation. inflation increases the cost of everything. And there we go. Ulster is the next. Time to grab more states. Because of the high local autonomy, I'm gonna give it almost all to the clergy, I think. What the hell? I guess I'm misremembering. I need to take money from the burghers. That makes sense. Pay the loans. Yeah, like I said, the clergy is gonna end up having almost the entirety of the British Isles for a while. Thinking if I should take up in military or if I should wait a bit, because if I take up in military it's just gonna increase my issues with corruption due to unbalanced research. The war with the British is approaching. We need to be at our force limit to cope with them up. We'll have a 20 stack. This time around we don't barely have a tech advantage. Tech advantage that we have is not big. By comparison with the previous war, just 0.25 tactics advantage. Instead of also 0.5 morale advantage. And like I said, the English still have a 20 stack and a very nice general there. A very good event there, giving us plus 10% morale. It's also lucky in this campaign, so it seems. Very timely event. Good timing for the event. So we grabbed our advantage, small advantage over England. So because our advantage is not huge, I need to at least outnumber them. Also need to outnumber them. Just to avoid any hit by the random number generator. Like I usually say, anything can happen in U4 if it just need to roll good or bad enough. So our truce is over. Time to fabricate another claim, I think. And call Scotland to this war. We have favors this time around, we don't need to give him anything. I'm gonna be conservative and not engage the English until Scottish arrive as a just in case measure. Our advantage is not big enough. Be 100% sure the random number generator won't screw it. Need to support the Scottish over there. So we can arrive in time. I was hoping we could arrive in time. We did. Barely, but we did. We have priority to these two provinces because Scotland has claim there. So if they have a claim and they siege it down, they won't transfer the occupation to me. Luckily they've decided to attach, which makes things more simple. Can use their army to siege down the fort, and our army will protect them. Of course, we also have a pretty big army there too. You know what I mean. So from this point on, this is rather trivial. We outnumbered them by a lot. They had no allies, which makes things weird. They're attempting to snipe this stack, so let's not allow that. We need to keep this stack, the one with the general, in a province where it can be reinforced by the Scottish, and it can reinforce the Scottish, you know. Don't have to do any extended sightseeing travel, scenic route to force an army. I decided to let the English sit down what they wanted till London taken. Since they went north, I decided to take the provinces and more. And that's gonna be it for the English. I was like, should I risk it? Should I grab a minister? Their influence so that I can grab monarch points. Time to prioritize admin, because we're very much ahead of time in military to date, and actually ahead of time. The burghers just gained some loyalty, so it's, I think, time to remove provinces from them, because we were vulnerable to the social mobility event. Very nasty event that basically ruins the estates. There we go. English at 100% occupation. Now it's just a question of time, a question of an aggressive expansion. Didn't have any problems because we improved relations with everyone during the last 10 years. So most of them were quite don't give a shit with what happened here. Time to grab an alliance with France, I think. They were friendly towards us, made it much easier. I'm gonna clear the war exhaustion, am I? Yes. And that's basically it. I'm gonna give as many provinces as possible to the clergy, because I need the money to repay loans, exactly what happened before. So I guess I'm gonna end my commentary here, because from this point on it's just gonna be the same thing until the end of the video. So we are gonna fabricate claims, improve relations with everyone around us, to avoid coalitions after the English are dead. And yeah, the first, by the way, just want to say something else. My first idea group is gonna be quantity, or the extra force limit. At some point you'll see me picking humanist ideas, but that's just because of the Free Thinkers event that reduced the cost of ideas 10%. If we pick humanist ideas, we don't even need to unlock any idea to be eligible for that event. So while I was waiting for points, for military points, grab offensive ideas. I picked humanist, but I had no intention whatsoever of keeping it. So with that said, the next war is just going to be a formality. The English will be very weak and be strong enough to deal with any threat. Even if they allied half the world, it wouldn't matter much because the AI is very bad at dealing with the transporting troops. So if we have enough of force limit and an army big enough, we can wipe them all out. After killing the English, it's going to be easy to deal with the Scottish. We just basically need to finish the quantity idea group, maybe finish the offensive idea group, and grab the extra force limit. Thomond also has a very nice national ideas that also increase the force limit by 20 or 40%, something around those lines. So we'll have enough troops to even fight the French if we have to, because, well, like I said, AI is very poor at dealing with naval invasions. So this does it for this commentary. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you want to see more videos like this or shorter ones too, I can do shorter ones too, condense everything into very short episodes, work as guides. Be sure to leave a like and share this video so that more people can see it, and eventually if video is successful, or I mean, you might see more videos like this in the future. So thanks for watching, and see you next time. Take care.